Hi, welcome to I Want a Band 9 IELTS Speaking. Today's topic is on buildings. I'll give you questions for part 1, 2 and 3. I'll also give you example answers and tips to help you achieve your highest marks. Okay, let's get started. Here's our buildings part 1 example questions. Our first question here is, what kind of building do you live in? Does your hometown have many old buildings? What type of building would you like to live in? And are there many museums in your hometown? What kind of building do you live in? Let's go to our, this is being our first question here. And we'll go to our grammar and answer tips here, and we need to use the present tense and say the type of building that you live in and what floor you live on. You should also continue using the present tense and say, well, how many bedrooms do you have? And choose some type of adjective that overall describes your home. All right, let's go to our key words here, and I'm saying, well, I live in a modern residential high-rise apartment. Okay, so we have the word modern, 现代的 residential 住的 and then high-rise apartment 是高楼. And the adjective we're going to use here is 通风的 light and airy. So you see, my home is really light and airy. You could describe something about your homes, maybe the living areas or the dining room, and in this case I'm using the word, it has a combined living room and dining room, as many modern apartments do have. And then I'm also going to mention some other types of buildings or other types of residential buildings that you can find in your hometown, and I'm mentioning storied flats. Okay, so 分层公寓. Alright, basically homes or apartments without a lift. Let's put that all together. I live in a modern residential high-rise apartment building on the 12th floor. My home has 2 bedrooms with a light and airy combined living room and dining room. Most of the residential buildings in my hometown are either high-rise or smaller storied flats. So here we have our second example of what kind of building you live in. Once again, use the present tense. Mention the type of building you live in, what floor you live on, and also here add in the area that you live in. So let's look at our key words here, and I'm saying here I live in the suburbs, and the type of home I live in is a multi-story apartment, 多层建筑, suburbs 郊区. Alright, and then I'm going to describe the home as in how many bedrooms it has, and the adjective I'll use is, well, it's quite 宽大的, it's quite spacious. Also, if at earlier or when you were a child or at another stage you ever lived in a different type of building here, you should mention that. Now in this case here I'm saying here that when I was a child I used to live in a traditional courtyard home, 四合院. So, and who did you live there with? Well, in this case here I'm saying I lived there with my grandparents. Let's put that all together now. I live on the 3rd floor of a multi-story apartment in the suburbs of Jinan. My home has 3 bedrooms with a spacious living area. When I was a child, I used to live with my grandparents in a traditional courtyard home. Does your hometown have many old buildings? Now what we want to do if we go to our answer tips here is we want to change the word